Leviticus 2. Rules for grain offerings. Suppose someone brings a grain offering to the Lord. Then his offering must be made out of fine flour. He must pour olive oil on it. He must also put incense on it. He must take it to the priests who are in Aaron's family line. A priest must take a handful of the fine flour and oil. He must mix it with all the incense. Then he must burn that part on the altar. It will be a reminder that all good things come from the Lord. It is an offering that is made with fire. It gives a smell that is pleasant to the Lord. The rest of the grain offering belongs to Aaron and to the priests who are in his family line. It is a very holy part of the offerings that are made to the Lord with fire. If you bring a grain offering that is baked in an oven, make it out of fine flour. It can be flat cakes that are made without yeast. Mix them with olive oil. Or it can be wafers that are made without yeast. Spread oil on them. If your grain offering is grilled on a metal plate, make it out of fine flour. Mix it with oil. Make it without yeast. Break it into pieces. Pour oil onto it. It is a grain offering. If your grain offering is cooked in a pan, make it out of fine flour and oil. Bring it to the Lord, your grain offering that is made out of all those things. Give it to the priest. He must take it to the altar. He must take out the part of the grain offering that reminds you that all good things come from the Lord. He must burn it on the altar. It is an offering that is made with fire. It gives a smell that is pleasant to the Lord. The rest of the grain offering belongs to Aaron and the priests who are in his family line. It is a very holy part of the offerings that are made to the Lord with fire. Every grain offering you bring to the Lord must be made without yeast. You must not burn any yeast or honey in an offering that is made to the Lord with fire. You can bring them to the Lord as an offering of the first share of your fruit you gather or produce, but they must not be offered on the altar as a pleasant smell. Put salt on all of your grain offerings. Salt stands for the last covenant between you and your God. So do not leave it out of your grain offerings. Add it to all of your offerings. Suppose you bring to the Lord a grain offering of the first share of your food, then offer crushed heads of your first grain that have been cooked in fire. Put olive oil and incense on it. It is a grain offering. The priest must burn part of the crushed grain and the oil. It will remind you that all good things come from the Lord. The priest must burn it together with all of the incense. It is an offering that is made to the Lord with fire.